Hi there. I've been thinking about you, and if you are like me, this is the week between Christmas and New Year's. I am knee deep in making plans for my next year and my goals for next year. And I just wanted to share with you a tool that I have been using since probably 2018, and it is a Hobonichi planner. And what I want to do is I'm going to show you how I use my Hobonichi planner and just kind of give you a pep talk, I guess, and just share with you like what I do to stay motivated, to stay creative, and also still make sure I am planning in enough rest and enough, hangout time with my family and friends, while also making sure that I get the most out of my creativity every day. Okay, so this is my Hobonichi planner that I use. It is a Hobonichi Cousin planner, Hobonichi Techo Cousin, 2023 Cousin. And I absolutely love it. So let me just first show you some of the features, and then I'll dive deep into how I use it. So it has a wonderful spread of the current year, the previous year, and then the next year. And then what I also love is that we have 2 pages of each month in a column, where this actually becomes very helpful if you want to be looking at your year in a kind of a bigger thing. And then I really like my months to be organized by Monday first and then Saturday, Sunday, weekend. But I do know that the Hobonichi Techo does also have it that you can get the Sunday as your start of week. You just have to request that. And then what I love is that you have lots of room. You can write goal notes here, and then you have lots of room to put the information in. What I love about this planner is that the paper also allows you to use a pencil, ballpoint, or even fountain pen. It does not take Sharpie, but that's okay. So it has month. So it has full month. And then it has every week. And because I'm a bit of a planning freak, I really love having every hour at the half hour demarked too. So I get to plan my week out, and I'm very visual, so I really rely on being able to see my entire week, and I like to, and so that helps me out. And then what makes this planner such a wonderful planner is that it's got both the monthly, the weekly, but then it also has 1 page dedicated to every day of the year. And boy, this is golden for me. So I get to plan out my month, I get to plan out my week, and then I get to plan out my individual day. And what I love about the individual day is that it also gives me room to schedule my time. And I'll just tell you right now, what I do is I start my day, I change my dates, my time just a little bit, because I like having a half hour for everything. But other than that, everything else just works amazingly. And so what I love about this planner is I can do my scheduling, I list out my top. I tend to only have 3 big goals every day that I try to accomplish. And then I use a Post-it note, and this is those 3-inch one, and it goes with me on every day. And I answer in my extra space these important questions every day. And this helps me get in the mindset and stay motivated. And that is my first daily question or journal prompt is: the most important way I show up for my art today is ... And then I answer that question, or I answer that thought. I complete that thought. And then this next writing prompt that I really value is I really engage and try to use my future self. I use future self work all the time to stay motivated and to live into the person that I want to be. And so I write a note from my future self to my present self today, so usually in the morning, who got these things done. And I write out what she would tell me, and usually it's endearments and motivation. But just doing this journaling prompt, answering this, and I don't spend a ton of time. I usually write probably about that much space, gives me the motivation that when I start to flag during the day, I can think of these two journal prompts. Or and sometimes if I really need it, I'll actually go back and read those prompts to give me the motivation to move forward. And I'll just say that it has been these two journaling prompts have been probably the most helpful in the last several years to helping me create the art that I've been able to create and show up also for my family as well. Journals. But let me talk about how I also use it that's not part of the design of the calendar. And that is that I absolutely love using these Post-it pages. And what I'll do is I put a piece of tape on the paper, because if you keep pulling up a Post-it every week, you'll eventually, the paper starts to get worn down. So I put a piece of packaging tape. So I just use a piece of packaging tape and spread a spot. And then I list out this week's goals. And I've learned that if I have more goals for this week than what this piece of paper has room for, it means that I won't be able to get everything done. And even sometimes if I fill up this whole page, I still can't get everything done because it's my goals for that week are way too ambitious. But so it's a wonderful way of keeping things real. And then on this spread, I have a Post-it for the current month's goals. And again, if I list out more than what this piece of paper can hold, then my goals for that month are too ambitious. And then this is my goals for next month. So what that allows me to do is if I have, if I've made too ambitious of a month, plans for that month, I'll move it to this month. And then like that also, it constrains me and it keeps things like good. Also want to share that I use these Avery tabs and I label it this week. And so when this week is done, I move it to the next week. And it's just a really helpful tab. The Hobonichi actually does come with its own tabs. One's a square and one's a triangle. But the reality is I find that I tend to rip my paper when I use these. So I've kind of quit using them. And then I have a tab for this week or for today that then moves. Oh, and I also forgot that there is a page at the end of December going into the individual day, the single day, the daily pages, that is a spread. And it's like for you to actually like probably journal about what you want to do. But I've turned it into a year at a glance. And what it does is it helps me kind of think about like what flowers are in bloom, what's going on, what do I have big going on. And like, for example, I have 2 very big trips in April that I'm going on. So I have that one highlighted with another Post-it. I love Post-it notes. And then I want to share with you what I also do. I have the very back of this planner has a whole bunch of grids, and I've set the grid. I've like created 4 columns. This is my painting log, and I'll show you my this past year's 2022's. And what I do is I list every day that I've painted, and I list. So this is for the date. This is for what I painted on, and then these dash numbers are completed paintings. So that way I can keep a track on like how many paintings did I complete at the end of the year, I know how many paintings I completed. A slash is a half hour and then across is a 1 hour. And so then it also gives me an opportunity to keep track of, what paintings did I work on. So that is my goal. And then this year, the Hobonichi has a new page that I'm so excited about, which I'm looking forward to. And it is a 365 days checkoff sheet. And I love this. I had one of these on my wall in my studio a few years ago, which I love the visual checking off. And I'm planning on using this to check off a couple of habits that I want to make sure that I am keeping track of all the time. And I want to do it in my journal. I want to visually see it at the end of the day, at the end of the year. So that is my Hobonichi, my planner that I use. And I just want to say that it has been so helpful in keeping me organized and scheduled. I do incorporate both personal and art career is in this book because that's, I live a life where both are everything. But I just really encourage you, if you are looking for a planner for the next year, and that you want to up level your planning and some of your intentions, I really encourage you to get one of these. And that's all. Thanks.